Hello and welcome back to Anno 1800 to looking at our glorious city of Voss. Well, we got engineers. That is a good thing, isn't it? Lots of engineers already actually as a first batch of, well, people moving in. As we can see now, our pescatarians over here and our normal engineers over there. And it's really cool that the pescatarian engineers actually get this converting pescatarian bonus on top of that. I like that a lot, really, because it just adds another depth layer to the engineers that I didn't expect. So there is once again Alonso coming in, and I think, by the way, wait a second, Tarek is under siege, but that's this ship here just passing by, doing a lot of destruction as always. I think we should, I think Alonso is actually starting a bit more now than that, because there's two more frigates coming in. And, he's got steamships now too, and a very, very heavily fortified harbor area. Not that much we can do about that. We could, however, take this island there, I think, and wreak havoc onto him. Oh, look at that. There is his frigates now. Let's just try to take them down. At the same time, they're also firing on these ships there. Alonso has been a major pain for quite some time now, and I think it is time at some point now that we pay back some of that. And some of that hatred towards him, right? Also, 47 tons of reinforced concrete are already in my storage. That's just perfect. Let's continue with the bit of timber that we have to upgrade a few more people here, especially also at the town beginning, right? We got these workers there that we can upgrade there as well to some more artisans. And we have lots of bricks, so we can continue building up our decoration in the city itself. We could also, or we will also actually add some more trees, the mature trees on that side here, just to beautify this one. And here perhaps also, just that we have a few more trees. By the way, actually we don't need to have these trees there. We get some better trees available now, thanks to all of the DLCs. And that's these enclosed trees that I do like a lot. There's still another version of this one here that, you know, merges the enclosure around the trees to make it a full area then as well. But at this point, we can only have this one. We also need to make sure that they kind of like use the same ornaments, right? So they have different ground textures. So it's the white one that I wanted for this, because it just merges perfectly with the engineers over there. And then, well, also with these guys here. By the way, they're looking in the wrong direction, I think. Perhaps we can move them around. Nah, not really. I could perhaps just change the appearance of this house there. There you go. Something that looks a bit better there. After all, this is a corner, so it should look like a bit of a corner then as well. Now something else is my heavy industry that I would like to have a look at right now, because we are using quite a lot of sewing machines for the docklands. We are capped on steel though, and what I can also see is that iron and coal is still increasing. So let's build another sewing machine. That is going to add a bit more. Let's also upgrade this warehouse there in the process, because that's quite a lot of sewing machines now. And another thing I could hopefully do is, I could boost it by, let's say, 15%. This is only one unhappiness in addition, to further boost my income for sewing machines. And then, if I see that steel is going down, another, well, furnace would be fine. Let's actually build the furnace right now, because we can afford it and we have the materials that are required for this. And of course, all the paved roads there. Can we squeeze in? That would have been perfect, but we can't. Doesn't matter really though. We have enough warehouses there in the area. This one here, perhaps we upgrade then as well. Now, timber is the missing point right now. So while we wait on the timber, let's go back to the New World. And in the New World, I'm looking at Tristão at the moment. And Tristão will need to see some change now. First of all, we can continue building us more houses here. That we should. And then I would like to build now a bridge to the other side. There you go. That's the 20 tons of timber that we wanted to pay. And Tron Level 2 wants 36,000 credits to keep the peace. Let's do this one. We have the money anyway. So when we are on the other side now. And the cool thing about Tristão is that it actually provides everything that we need for the engineers, plus for its own population too, right? So we do have the plantain fertility here. Makes it possible to upgrade Tristão to obreros, which is something that we absolutely need to have here for the coffee production. So what we can do in Tristão is, besides boosting our lumberjack huts to new heights, the same goes with the sawmill there. Sawmill is actually reducing the happiness there quite a bit. Do we have a chapel? We do have a chapel in store, but it's not really doing much. What we can do though instead is we can provide them with the appropriate materials they need. So up here we have the poncho and the plantain production then. And as we can see, we got plenty of space for our coffee productions as well, which is this island's sole purpose, more or less. We got the pearl abundance too, so I should keep the beaches available there for us for future productions then as well. Now for that, let's just start with our fish oil production. I think we could actually, yep, have 4 here then again to save some space. This makes it possible so that we can have, you know, the pearl then there. But I think we will need to move it a bit further up here. Just so this fish oil factory, it doesn't have it. What? Right, we cannot build it here because it's blocked then, but there is an exit now for this one. So this should really work. And it's not. This, of course, is also not working. Very strange. That actually should work. Alright, this is working now. We keep a bit of a distance here, right? So to that area. That seems it's available here, this area, but yet it is marked as a blocker, which is a bit strange to me. But still, something like that is working. Could we still... Yeah, look at that. It's the whole area here that is blocking. So I cannot build anything else. We don't need more than 4 fish oil factories though. So this is going to be absolutely fine. And the other thing is then the plantain productions. And in the middle, we have the kitchens, right? So I'm going with 2 kitchens here and 2 kitchens here, just so that we have enough for the future. And then I can really just go with my plantains 2 here and 2 here, right? And they're providing right away to that kitchen. And that's basically it forever. So there's nothing else here. The only thing is that these plantains, they really do need a lot of space, right? So there we can see it. It's basically all they need. 128 fields, which is a lot. This one. And then also this one here. Almost having everything perfect. There you go. Having one nice road then here as well for all the connections. And they are basically now going right to their kitchens then and doing the job. And we can do the same thing then over here with the ponchos there. So we have the alpaca farm. And the alpaca farm basically is working up here with its 4 fields. Try to make it like that. And I guess we're going to need a couple of them. That's the 4. And then we have the poncho darners right across the street for it. And then we have our warehouse. Righto. And I just could copy this one over here too. And then also use my poncho darners then for this area. So 1, 2, and 3. So they provide right away. And have the warehouse then right next to that. Perfect. The next layout has been finished. And that's how easy it is to get the basic production going. Let's actually build the first 2 and the first 2 poncho darners. And on the other hand, let's build the first warehouse here. That's actually pretty expensive. 2 fish oil factories, 2 kitchens, and 2 fried plantains. Or plantations. There you go. And Trisdao now has all the basic needs for the Honolers. That will be flooding in then here soon. Ship. We are really under attack quite often right now from Alonso. So he's been quiet for a bit of time, but now more and more of his ships are appearing. Also, I think I've seen the first battle cruisers somewhere off Alonso. But that I'm not entirely sure. He definitely has steamships now, right? But a battle cruiser I haven't seen yet, but I think he has one. Alright, let's take down this one. Perfect, there you go. I still, of course, have way more ship of the lines down here. I'm going to move like 4 of them now over here to my main fleet as well. We're merging them. And also 100 tons of timber. Let's build us another ship of the line. We can afford that. And with the remaining bit of timber that we have, we could also go ahead and upgrade my pescatarians. There you go, to artisans. And a little bit later, Trisdao now is able to upgrade. So the first Honoreros here, and we probably should be doing that. There you go. Also here and here, this block there, using basically all the timber that we have saved so far. Also a few more buildings have been unlocked with that. I'm pretty sure that it was our harbor buildings that we can now build, like for example the pier. Perfect. Boxing arena might not be the worst of ideas that we could add to the city there still. Let's have some more houses then as well. There you go. Oh, there's clay pits. Yes, clay deposits. We have 2 of them on this island. We could use them. We will use them. Because bricks is very important to get. Let's just have here also the next roads, finishing up this city there. Especially for the workforce there. So 200 obrowers we have already. I think the coffee plant roasters do need quite a lot of them though. Yeah, 150 for each coffee roaster, right? So we could only build a maximum of 2 of them for now. Coffee plantations so only need 10 farmers or jornaleros, so that's better. But we do need to upgrade more of them. There we got 300 now. And while we're at it, let's start with preparation of our coffee plantations. As we can see, nice space available there. This would probably be my industrial zone then here, right? So I could block it like that, just to make sure. And then we can actually squeeze in a lot of plantations here. So these guys. Oh, while I'm in the process of building those plantations, Yossi is being, or the Admiral has targeted Yossi as an island that he could purchase. That was the first acquisition of a share, so I think he's now starting to do that more often, and we need to be just careful there of, you know, not forgetting about it. We got a lot of these plantations here already, so that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. We could make it 12, which would then already lead to 6 coffee roasters, right? That would produce 12 coffee per minute. And in that case here, how many do we need? Yes, we're going to need quite a lot of coffee in the future too. Everybody likes coffee. For now, it's only 2 per minute though. So we already have a nice surplus production then. The downside also is that coffee roasters do need bricks. How many bricks do we still have in the area? Not that much. Isabel is also not selling any bricks to us. So we need to probably use one of these cladded pits ourselves, which is definitely going to hurt us there a bit because of the workforce, right? They consume a lot, I think. 50 obreros for 2 factories and 100 obreros for the clay pit. That's 200 obreros that we consume with that. Which of course puts more pressure on my city building here. So we need to upgrade more people in Tristão. But since we are only really going with coffee, we should be golden with just a few more houses. So I'm not expecting any other obrero industry here. The only thing that we could have is the pearls, but I think that's jornaleros. That should not be obreros. What we shouldn't forget is also about our other production. So for example, fur coats is at 0 now with all the upgrading, and the rum is at -10 per minute. So how much rum do we actually produce right now in Arc de Argel? And it's only 8. Oh, it's not full capacity though. Do we lack? No, we should not. Oh yes, we need storage. So that would be the next major thing here. Not only a bit, but a lot of storage for all of that rum. How could I forget about the rum there, really, about the storage that we need, right? So let's get the first depots then up here. And I really like to use depots there as well for structuring a harbor area, so we can use it like that and then have, for example, another one. So this was pre-docklands, how we structure harbors, right, with the depots. And I could have a couple more here and a couple more then here, and then I could have piers on those sides there, so we can now at least plan them. And since we definitely will need a lot of traders here, this is how a proper harbor area, in my opinion, looks like. Pre-docklands that we can add here. We can't build docklands in the new world, so it makes sense to do it like that. Now we have though a brick production, right, in Tristão now. That should be working for us, but it's definitely not going to be enough for all the bricks that we need. What my goal here is to get a few more bricks over. The good thing is we have built a few more clippers. We're going to need them for the coffee routes anyway. And then I can, you know, speed up my whole production and construction there. Another ship of the line, perfect. And let's just get the, yeah, let's get 150 tons over to, yeah, let's make it Tristão for now. And we also continue with upgrading us a few more artisans here with all the remaining timber. Is the timber consumption higher than it used to be? It's incredible how fast we're running out of timber right now. I need to do something there. I've already built some lumberjack huts again to boost our production. And let's also build this sawmill there, because we're just not getting enough here. And plus 50% on the timber production as well, on top of everything. Crazy how much we actually consume. Alright, another thing is of course a bit of warfare, a bit of fun there in the background to mix it all up, to make it more, well, exciting. In this case here, Alonso is the target of our entertainment. And he's not really having a say in this, I guess. This island is pretty weak. It's one of his most important ones. It's, by the way, also an island that I think at least I haven't seen yet. This seems to be a new layout to me. There is a mountain in the middle, right? I only know this from Enbeza, but I haven't seen this one in the old world yet. At least not that I'm aware of. I mean, might be a mistake on my part, but it looks like it. Alright, we're getting in here. Let's break the formation because it's actually hindering us a bit in the attack. Probably going to lose 1 or 2 ships there. Nothing too big though. As we can see, there's also some ships here already. Let's try to move a bit in here into the center, so if there's any attack coming from the other side, we will just be safe. And as we can see here, the first ships are already going down on my part. So they are doing a lot of damage there, right? And my ship of the lines are not doing so much damage overall. Taking down these cannons there, very important, taking down the main trade building here. They're getting a bit splash damage there, so from the cannons. First ship of the line is down. Looking rather good though for us there, I think. Even if we lose 2 or 3 ships, that's totally fine. We can quickly rebuild them, and we don't really miss them on anything else, as I was just really building up something for this attack, right? Because we're not really under pressure military-wise. To my surprise, so Miss Hunt has never really been this strong here. There are some ships from the other side, so the ship of the line, of course, can fire from both sides, which is really cool looking. The trade post is down, so that's a lot of damage going away now. We're still going to lose 1 more, but 2 ships lost. That's entirely fine. There you go. There's still this frigate we should take down, because this is now the highest damage dealing unit here. There you go. And let's take down this cannon there. And the repair crane also counts towards morale, which is a bit strange perhaps, but that's how it is, right? Taking this one down. As we can see though, it's probably not going to be enough. There has to be something else, and there it is. There is another cannon tower on this side. But that's it, right? But we might need to move around the island if we can't take down the morale far enough for this one there. But that's really it. This is a pretty important island here for Alonso, by the way. He's got lots of productions on that, especially his bread production, his sausage and soap production. So that's definitely going to hurt his main island there quite a bit if we take this one. We could just try to take it down now with attacking the coastal buildings there, and I think this will do the trick. Right, as we can see. There it is. Perfect. We have taken this island. Let's conquer it. Everything's gone. We have a new island. It's 30 minutes now. Peace and crappy items. So Miss Hunt usually has some really nice, good, nice looking items. Alonso doesn't.
Difficult terrain.
Doesn't matter now for me. Let's get back here with my ships. We have, oh, perfect, 300 tons of timber in the meantime. That means I can build a ship of the line. And as we can see, a second ship of the line if I want to. We could also start now with the garrison church, my first monument here. But I'm going to wait on that in favor of upgrading more buildings. And that we want, because of course we want to have a proper looking big city. And that's why I would like to upgrade all of them here to artisans. So this block is coming along now, this side of my city. Could also have a few more engineers here. There you go. And then probably also there's another upgrade. And since we still have so many bricks, we could also continue with getting our city looking properly there even more. Perfect. Now, meanwhile, there's fighting at Tristão, but it's not my fighting. It's actually the Admiral that is at war with Sean, so we're just going to enjoy the scenery. And we are not part of any of that. And we can safely continue here. We got 27 tons of bricks now and 400 obreros. This makes it possible now to start our coffee production. For that, let's have the first coffee plantations. So let's make 4 of them. And that would lead to 2 coffee roasters that I can build. And that's 4 coffee per minute that we can start producing with that now. Also, 150 obreros. We could probably build 1 more of them. For that, let's also build these blocks here. And with the remaining timber, we could also upgrade. Or I'm going to upgrade a few more houses. There you go. So that we have the right amount of obreros again. For this, however, we still now need 1 more thing. And that's the next trade rod, the coffee trade rod. from Tristão it is to all the way up here to Voss. And it's going to be our coffee here. It's not going to be 200 tons for quite some time, but at least it is for now. Wild Things is the clipper that is on this route, and that's actually the last clipper. We're running out of that so quickly, and I will need to go with a few more clippers. Let's build one more and a second one. Right, so 2 more clippers, 2 more ship of the lines are coming out. And where's my main fleet, by the way? Just passing Tarik right now. Would actually stay here, a bit closer to that. And we might still think about what we could do with Grizzle. At the moment I have no plans really, as also resources it's not that great. I mean, there's some deposits here. If it's worth it defending it, I think it is. So we might just send some weapons over there to close the deal. Alright, I'm waiting for more timber again, and then we could continue with the upgrading and also perhaps monument building. Stay tuned.